literally have forgotten how to do this. Should I be holding some fabric? Do I need to be showing you a crochet project? Guys, it's been a minute. Let's catch up. Okay, first and foremost, can we just take a second for the sunshine? Oh, isn't it lovely? It is a snow day here today, although there's no snow left, so it's more of like an ice day. I've got kids all over the place. I've got a couple doing online lessons. I've got one hiding on the sofa. She's had the hump all day because she's got no friends to play with. And we are going to be doing today some crafty prep. Right, so projects that we are going to be prepping today are, I want to make a quilted vest. That's a project prep. I need to get started on my Advent embroidery project. More information on that later. And you and I need to have a little story time. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Phili. This channel is to represent all the crafters out there that don't get it right first time, and that sometimes have no interest in getting it right either, because otherwise how else would people know it was handmade? Come along with me, join in, subscribe, like. If it's your first time, stick your name down in the comments so I can say hi. Let's all get to know each other. Okay, project prep number one. I have an Advent embroidery project that I am doing as part of the local creative circle. I am not, well, we probably will have a couple of like meetups and stuff, but there'll be things like, anyone fancy meeting tomorrow in the coffee shop, versus like every week, we're going at this time. But I have found this pattern, which is by a company called, how would I pronounce it? Embroidery. I'm going to put it down there and then you can see how you would pronounce it. But it's a free stitch along pattern that she has lovingly gifted to all of her followers and to all of her subscribers. You can find it on her Instagram page, which is where I downloaded it. I'll put a link down below. So the pattern, I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well. The pattern has 24 little things to make, and you do one a day basically. And so the idea is that me and a load of other people across the community are going to, I mean, they can stitch one a day if they want to, or they could stitch like 7 over like every Sunday, or 7, 14, 21. Several over every Sunday, but yeah, just stuff like that, just to sort of have like a no commitment craft project. If you are interested in joining along, message me and I will add you to the Facebook group if you like. I've managed to find a bit of fabric which I'm going to put the pattern onto. I've got a pencil somewhere which I'm going to trace it on. This is actually a bit of old curtain liner. Which curtains did I cut up to make a dress? I cut some curtains up to make something, and this was the liner that came out of it, and now it's going to be part of my embroidery project. So I'm going to use the window as a light box, and then I'm just going to trace the pattern on. Ignore the state of the garden. As per story time, everything's taken a back seat. Ta-da! It's a tiny bit on the wonk, but how will anybody know it's homemade if we don't have a little bit of wibbly wobbliness? Okay, come on guys, let's have a little story time as to where I have been for the last 6 months. So as many of my subscribers and my lovely Create and Curate family will know, I had a pretty tricky beginning of 2024. So it turns out that that was just the start of everything. Now, I'm going to caveat that not everything has gone wrong, and there's not been like anything that's been absolutely, you know, horrific. We haven't lost anybody. We're all fine in that respect. But my days 2024 can absolutely off. I'm just done with it. I'm so done with it. I've had about like 75,000 little things go wrong. And sort of around September, October time, I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm all out of resilience. I'm finished. So let's rewind back really quickly. At the beginning of 2024, my husband was really poorly. He was in and out of hospital, and my son was in an accident, and we had to have the dog put down. The two latter ones were related. And so that sort of like had a kind of knock-on effect onto everybody else and everything else after that. Everything was just really, really tricky. And then in the summer, my husband got poorly again. He ended up having a couple of months off work, which was really hard. And then the kids started feeling affected by everything. I've got one of them's struggling with social anxiety, and she's refusing to go to school and stuff. So all of it was just like, whoa, this is a lot. Oh, and also I started a new job, and it was awful, like really wasn't much fun at all. So then I quit the job within 2 weeks, but then even that was like really stressful, and it was like months in the making. And I was like, can I actually do nothing right? Can nothing go right just for 1 minute? But all that to say, that obviously, unfortunately, YouTube had to take a back seat, and I had to just take some time, look after my kids, look after my husband, look after myself, and just have a bit of a breather. I think for the last month, I've probably just been hiding. My plan is, if I just hide from 2024, it will pass me by and then no more bad things will happen. That's the hope. I don't think that's what's going to happen. However, we've only got like a month left, so I mean, what more could go wrong? We are, however, back to semi-fighting fit. I think taking on the job and then realising that I don't actually have enough capacity to do a job outside the house, as well as, so for people that don't know, I'm already a copywriter, which means that I can work from home and I can like schedule my own times because it's freelance. It means that I'm not really beholden to many people. But a job outside the house was like, whoa, this is too much. You've got enough going on. So I think probably that worked out for the best that I didn't take that on, because with all the stuff with school and with my little one and then with my husband and everything, it was just, I needed to be around a lot more. So I'm really uncomfortably aware of my privilege that I'm afforded to be able to do that. However, it was what was best for the family, so that's what had to happen. But we do only have 1 month left of 2024, as I said, which means that 2025 is nearly here. Woohoo! Can't wait. I've got a couple of things in the pipeline, including getting back into YouTubing, because actually I think a part of like this whole year has really had a knock on my self-confidence and has really like battered me into not really knowing who I am anymore. So one thing that I always used to find really helpful was just being myself on camera and being able to be actual Phili and being able to do creative things and to have like a whole supportive community, which is why I'm hoping that coming back to you guys and working out how to stop using all my hand gestures, I'm sorry if it puts you off, might actually help me to sort of just get a bit better and get my confidence back and make me feel better. The other thing that I may or may not have talked about is that I am now a director of a community interest company, which is going to be focusing on creativity and stuff like that. So we've started up a local creative circle. We've been doing a couple of bits with that, and the embroidery project is all part of the creative circle. And the idea is just to sort of like build creativity in where I live locally and try to help people explore that, which actually is quite similar to what my channel does, because the whole point of being creative means that it doesn't need to be, well, I mean, in some circumstances, you need to be really precise and you need to be really careful. But on the whole, it's about the effort that you put in, not about the necessary outcome. And I think that that's definitely what you see in my videos, is that it's all about the process, not the end product. and the attitude towards it, the nah, fuck it attitude. But the same with the creative circle, that actually, you know, as long as we are being creative and we're using that muscle, then actually it's okay if it doesn't come out right, or if it doesn't look how it's supposed to, or if you just don't have that skills, you need to learn them off somebody else, then all of that's okay. So I've got like a whole list of workshops and stuff like that I'm going to be doing in 2025. So that's a really exciting thing. I've got some kids and teen workshops. I did one of the teen ones I did in the summer holidays. That was really, really good and helpful for the teenagers. It was brilliant to see them just sitting there embroidering away. It was great fun. And then I've got a community creative cultural project thing. I might need your help in how to word that and what sort of thing that will look like. But it's basically about getting all the people in our local area, all from different cultures, to bring either some fabric or to bring a pattern or to bring something from their original origin country, and or even countries that they've lived in previously or anything like that, and just bring it and we can create something together, like a tapestry or a quilt or something like that. I'm still up in the air. If you've got any thoughts, pop them down below, please. So yeah, that's it. In summary, sorry, that was a really long ramble, wasn't it? In summary, 2024, bye. 2025, looking forward to seeing you. Can't wait. Hurry up. Losing the light. The other project that I have to do is, like I said, I'm making a quilted vest, like a tie waistcoat vesty thing. I went to someone's house the other day and I was like, this is a lovely home, it's beautiful, it was very nice of them to have me. It was freezing and she was sat there with like 3 layers on, and I thought, oh okay, I'm gonna need to up my layer game. I'm gonna need to like put more on and get ready for this, because I live in a new build house, so the temperature of this house, and it's a wooden one as well, so the temperature of this house is always above 20 degrees, even when I haven't got the heating on. It's really, really, really warm, which I'm really lucky for. So when I go to other people's houses, it get really cold. So this is a pattern from, does it say it on it? It's a pattern from Etsy, and it was £3.24. That's as much as I remember. It was on offer. I'm going to put the link down below. It's literally just 3 pieces put together. It should be really easy. However, I need to go out and I need to buy some wadding to make the quiltedness, and I need to go and get some bias binding as well. While I'm in Hobbycraft, I'm going to have a look for some rickrack, because I've got a green trench coat that I'm a bit bored of, so I thought I might put some like neon pink rickrack round the neck and maybe round the sides. It'll look amazing when it's done, but that'll be a video for another day, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Made it to Hobbycraft. Da, 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 da. Isn't it funny how the kids are always drawn to the beads? Flipping. Piping. Ribbon. Bias binding. Now would have been a good opportunity to, or well, earlier would have been a good opportunity to think about what colour fabric I was going to use, wouldn't it? Let's just wing it. Right, it has been a minute since I last bought wadding, but £13 feels like a lot. These ones are, that's interfacing, £8.30. What's that? Right, back. Managed to get to Hobbycraft, get home, get the kids fed. Wonderful. What did we have for dinner? We had fajitas for dinner, but I did it a little bit differently because you don't care, I'm not going to bother. Hobbycraft, let me show you what I got. I was surprised by how much the wadding was. I bought this, which is a very loose, it basically looks like white felt to me, although the white felt was like £13 a metre, and this was still £5 a metre. got to the till and I was like, oh, there's not a lot left on the roll. I only need like half a metre. Hopefully there's half a metre on the roll. And she was like, oh, as luck would have it, it's 60 centimetres. I was like, oh, wonderful, I'll take all of it then. I only asked for half a metre and it's got 60 centimetres on the roll. She bloody charged me for 60 centimetres. I'm so tight. I'm sorry to the lady at Hobbycraft. I didn't have a go or anything. I was just like, thank you. Wadding. Then, wait, how much did that come to then? £3.18. And it does definitely say compressed wadding. So £3.18 for that. And then whilst I was there, oh, hold back. Whilst I was there, the little one, or one of the girls, said that she wanted to wear her hair in French plaits on Monday and she wanted some ribbons to go in them. So we've got some ribbon as well. I have bought bias binding. I went for 2 meters of blue. I wanted to go a bit braver, but this may be my first of many vests. So I've gone blue for 2 reasons. 1, because it goes with almost everything, right? 2, because I think I've got a little bit of this left in my sewing box, which means that I will be able to, if I run out, I'll be able to grab it quickly. So 2 meters of that, which came to £2. That was £2 a meter. And then, rick rack, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Absolute hot pink. Do we love it? Don't we just? There was 3 meters of this to go on my jacket. It will become clear when I do the video and when you see what I want to do. I was telling my 12-year-old about it in the shop and she was like, Mum, sometimes I just don't really understand what goes through your head. Me too, kid, me too. So that's all my project prep done, I think. I do have some other projects on the go that I need to prep for, but that's not a this week job. Next week we've got the Christmas light switch on, the community Christmas light switch on, so we're doing some kids crafts for that. I've got some Christmas presents that I need to get started on. I've got loads of Christmas presents that I need to get started on. That's a whole video in itself. And then my jacket as well. And maybe I'll do a video with the waistcoat / vest, because I think the patchwork sort of quiltedness will be quite cute to look at. Okay, that's me done. Thank you so much. As always, thank you for hanging around and thank you for being really patient with me. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Where did you go? Come back. Just try and get stuff out of the way. Ignore this rubbish here and ignore this bit here.